Before we dive in today, are you tired of feeling fatigued, dealing with brain fog, low libido, or struggling with pain and stiffness? It's time to take control of your health and uncover the hidden culprit, inflammation, known as the silent killer. But don't worry, there's a solution. Love Energy Wellness, a world-class health coaching service, is offering a free at-home inflammation score test shipped right to your door. Discover your precise inflammation score and learn what you can do to improve it fast. But hurry, this exclusive offer is for a limited time and for U.S. customers and new lab clients only. There's one thing that all healthcare professionals agree on. Inflammation is connected to every major disease we know of, and high levels can lead to rapid aging and chronic health issues. Did you know that the food that you put in your mouth influences inflammation the most? The average unhealthy ratio is a whopping 18-1. Let Love Energy Wellness guide you to achieve the crucial 3-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids for optimal health. Take control of your health and claim your free inflammation score test today for just the cost of shipping and handling, $17.95. That's a savings of over $99. Be sure to ask about your HSA and FSA opportunities. With this at-home lab test, you'll also receive a virtual consultation and personalized recommendations based on your results. Privacy matters. Love Energy Wellness ensures your results stay confidential so you can take control of your health without worries. With hundreds of thousands of people looking for answers and only 100 free inflammation score labs available per month, reserve yours now and discover how optimizing your inflammation can add years to your life and life to your years. Join those who've transformed their lives with Love Energy Wellness. Unlock your potential for energy, vibrancy, passion, and happiness. Visit loveenergywellness.com and click on free consultation to claim your offer now, or simply find the link in today's show notes. Love Energy Wellness, the future of health. Today on Breaking Boundaries for Entrepreneurs, the podcast where we explore unconventional, integrative strategies and tools to empower entrepreneurs, you're about to discover the key to unlocking success by overcoming a very specific type of anxiety through the transformative power of subconscious reprogramming. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Mort. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're busy taking care of business, yet who's taking care of you? If you're ready to take your energy and performance to the next level in your life and your business, then this podcast is for you. Because today, you're going to start breaking boundaries of your mind, body, and business with integrative health. And when you do that, your possibilities are limitless. I'm grateful you're here. Yes, always grateful for you joining me here today, my friends. Welcome to another episode of the Breaking Boundaries podcast for purpose-driven entrepreneurs like yourself. I'm your host, Jeffrey Mort, and this is episode number 65. And of course, as always, you'll want to stay to the end when we bring it all together on how to avoid failure and reach your next level of success with integrative health. And for all the show notes and links, visit jeffreymort.com and click on that podcast button. A shout out to our newest listeners from the Breaking Boundaries studio here in central Massachusetts. To my south in Port Charlotte, Florida, I appreciate you. To my left in Los Angeles, California, I appreciate you. And to my upper right in Kingston, Nova Scotia, I appreciate you and each and every one of our listeners here at the Breaking Boundaries podcast. And if you're not aware that we also have matching blog posts to each and every one of our podcasts over at loveenergywellness.com/learn. That's our Love Energy Wellness Learning Center. And that's where you can find all of our blog posts, even dating back to before we started the Breaking Boundaries podcast. So today you're going to discover something that's called disintegration anxiety. And many entrepreneurs have a boundary, and that boundary could be either being stuck or having feelings of being stuck or feelings of repeating unwanted patterns. And first, I need to give my disclaimer here that the Breaking Boundaries podcast, we don't provide any medical advice or any medical treatment plans or claim to treat, diagnose, or cure disease. But what we do is we get to the root cause of the problem. And usually, how I know is from personal experience. And in this particular instance, not just personal experience, but also my experience as a clinical hypnotist. Now, back in 2019, speaking of personal experience, I joined this a program to be able to do some internal work on myself. This program was run by, or still is, run by Jim Fortin. Jim Fortin is a transformational coach. He's a master hypnotist, and he runs a program called the TCP. It's called the Transformational Coaching Program. So TCP for short, if you ever hear me reference to that. And Jim has an amazing podcast. You can look it up under his name. It's the Jim Fortin Podcast, but it's Transform Your Life from the Inside Out. Absolutely amazing. And I will put a link to the TCP program in the show notes. But back in 2019, when I embarked on that coaching program, much like many of the students, thousands and thousands of students go through this program multiple times. And you might be wondering, why would somebody go through a program multiple times? He must not be that good of a coach. And nothing could be further from the truth, because every time that personally I went through this program, and I went through it 3 times, it was like peeling back an onion and getting to a deeper layer. Now, originally, I embarked on that journey in TCP for business purposes, to be able to help me in my business ventures. But it quickly became apparent to me that I was there to do some deep inner work. And that is something that a lot of Jim Fortin's experience, his students experience going through the TCP program. Now, the first week was, he calls it Clarity and Vision Week, and that's the first week. And like I said, I thought I was going in there for career, but it turns out that I was working on some deeper levels. And on the aspect of career, though, it made me realize that I had a deeper purpose. And that's when I decided to go all in to become an integrative health practitioner, to become a consulting clinical hypnotist, to become a high performance health coach, and all of the path. Basically, I was at a crossroads. As you may or may not know, prior to deciding to get into the wellness industry back in 2015, my career prior to that was as a master electrician. And for 35 years, I had been an electrical apprentice, and then a journeyman electrician, then a master electrician. I was an employee. I was a business owner, a contractor, back to an employee again as a foreman for one of the nation's top electrical contractors. And that industry really took its toll on my health, as well as some other issues, and of course, personal choices as well. But I was an educator in that space as well. And that's what I felt as though I was meant to do, was to use my knowledge and wisdom of 35 years in a particular industry to be able to teach online. And I just was not fulfilled. I didn't feel rewarded. I didn't feel fulfilled, although I was, damn good at what I did. No, I say that with no ego, but I was a career professional, and I had some expertise. So I thought, why not create programs around that and be able to teach people what I know to help them to avoid failure and reach success. But it just wasn't fulfilling. So it was in that first week of TCP, Clarity and Vision Week, that I shut down the online educational program that I had and the podcast that I had. I actually rebranded the podcast, and that's where Breaking Boundaries came from after that. But that was years ago. And then to get into today's topic, in weeks 2, 3, and 4 of the TCP program, it was a 13-week venture. We got into subconscious identity, we got into subconscious values, we got into subconscious reprogramming. And as I did the work in round 1 of that TCP program, I experienced a type of anxiety that I had never experienced before. And that's what we're talking about today. And that is disintegration anxiety. And for probably a duration of, I would say it was, it seemed like forever, but it was a short duration, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, that I didn't know who I was at a subconscious level. Like I had this identity that I thought I was. And as I did this internal work, I tore that down. I stripped it down and tore it apart, burnt it to the ground. And during that duration, as I was rebuilding myself internally for who I have become, I didn't know who I was. And there was this uneasy, anxious feeling. I didn't know what was going on until I was educated that it was something that's called disintegration anxiety. And I learned more about that through my training as a clinical hypnotist. And that's what we're talking about here today. So, I had to establish new habits for myself to reinforce, and we're going to talk about habits a little bit in this episode, to reinforce whom it was that I am here to be. And in that statement, there's a lot to unpack there because, the I in that statement is not my body. It is my inner being. It is my cosmic being, my cosmic energy, my source. Like we are all part of the cosmos and the universe. And I'm not going to go too deep into that rabbit hole here on this podcast, but we're specifically going to address hypnosis, subconscious reprogramming, disintegration anxiety, and how to get through that. And what I've come up with in this podcast episode is some steps to be able to go through that process as easily as possible so that you don't go through the feelings and the challenges that I went through doing that. So, the entrepreneurial world is very dynamic, and the journey to success, it can be filled with challenges and setbacks and unexpected twists. And many entrepreneurs often find themselves feeling stuck, as I talked about in the introduction to today's episode, and then repeating those unwanted patterns and getting so frustrated with being back at where they were prior to, doing some work, and because of those unwanted patterns that they were doing. But they're not back in the same place. They're actually further behind because they're losing time and they're losing money by repeating those patterns. And maybe that resonates with you. I'm not sure. I'd love to hear from you. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave a comment below, or if you are, checking us out on your favorite podcast platform, you can always reach out to me with a direct message on social media or email me at jeffrey@lovenergywellness.com. I'd love to know if that pattern of unwanted patterns resonates with you. So today we're diving deep into how clinical hypnosis, not stage hypnosis, clinical hypnosis can be a powerful tool to break free from the shackles and pave the way for success. So what is the cost of feeling stuck? Entrepreneurship is undoubtedly thrilling. It's a roller coaster ride. If you're just getting on board, tick, 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 you're going up to that first drop. But feeling stuck and encountering repeated patterns can not only be frustrating, but also very costly. Time wasted on unproductive habits, self-doubt, and ineffective strategies that directly impacts the growth and the success of a business. Not to mention, it's downright frustrating. And every moment spent in a cycle of stagnation, it's a missed opportunity for progress. So we're going to get into talking about reprogramming the subconscious mind. And I know that seems very mysterious. It's a topic that so many people are interested in. And a lot of times when I present myself as an integrative health practitioner and as a consulting hypnotist, people want to know more about the hypnosis aspect because they are very intrigued by it. So I know that quite a few of the last episodes were solely based on integrative health and strategies for your health and at-home functional medicine lab testing and longevity and things like that. And I wanted to get back into doing the earlier week episodes on hypnosis and the subconscious mind and the mind in general. And that's where we are today. So there's a powerful, powerful technique that goes beyond strategic business planning, and that is hypnosis. Yes, it's often misunderstood, and there's so many myths around that. I'm not going to get into myth busting on hypnosis today, but hypnosis is a proven technique, And it's used by high achievers to reprogram their subconscious mind. It involves accessing the mind's deeper levels of awareness to bring about positive changes in thoughts, in feelings, and in beliefs. And those thoughts and feelings of beliefs are which those create our habits that solidify our identity. And that's the basis, the foundation of who we believe ourselves to be. And it's the primary driver. Our identity is the primary driver for our attitude, which leads to our behaviors and ultimately leads to the outcomes that we get in life. So you cannot outperform your subconscious identity, and you get your habits. You don't get what you want, you get your habits. So that is the cycle. Now, disintegration anxiety, that's the culprit. So let's break that down so you understand it a little bit better. The common barrier to personal and professional development, disintegration anxiety. So this phenomenon occurs when the subconscious mind resists change, clinging to the familiar patterns. The brain loves predictability. It loves the familiar patterns and identities. And it's that discomfort and anxiety that arise when attempting to break away from the known, even if the known is holding you back. And that's exactly where I was in 2019. My known reality and my habits were holding me back. And as I tried to get further away from those by reprogramming my subconscious, my brain was holding on to that past identity for dear life. And once I broke free of that, I was in this no man's land because I hadn't reprogrammed my new identity yet. I was broken free from my old identity. And it just felt strange. It felt strange and uncomfortable. And that's why it's called disintegration anxiety, because that old identity was disintegrating and disintegrated. And then I was left with an identity that was starting from scratch and I needed to rebuild. And if you ask anybody that knew me, let's say 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or if you would see some of my social media posts back 10 or 15 years ago, you're like, who is this person? Because I am nowhere the person that I used to be. And physically, 10 years ago, physically, biologically, I am not the same being that I am, because the body is a process, as you heard me say before, where cells die and they replicate. So physically, I am not the same physical body that I was 10 years ago, because every cell in my body has been replaced after 10 years. Some cells are day to day, some are week to week, some are month to month, some are year to year. And so that being said, the mind is also a process, but that's a story for another podcast. So let's talk about dealing effectively with disintegration anxiety. How do we deal with that in disintegration anxiety effectively? Well, the first step is self-awareness. And you've heard me talk about awareness so many times in these episodes. You want to acknowledge the patterns holding you back and recognize the need for change. So awareness, acknowledge, recognize that need for change. Understanding that these patterns are rooted in the subconscious allows for a more targeted and effective approach to transformation. And that's what we are all about here in Breaking Boundaries, breaking through those boundaries and transforming into being the person that you want to be. Now, embracing change can be challenging, yes, especially when it involves challenging long-held beliefs and behaviors. I mean, you want to rub somebody the wrong way anytime, just go ahead and challenge their beliefs that they hold, true to their heart. But honestly, what is truth? It is an illusion. Truth is an illusion. So challenging those long-held beliefs and behaviors, it's definitely a challenging task. Now, it's essential to view change as a gateway, as a doorway, as a portal to growth and success. And hypnosis facilitates that process by creating a relaxed state of mind that allows for greater openness to new ideas and perspectives and opportunities. I'm telling you, hypnosis is a powerful tool. And now the third step, reprogramming through hypnosis. Hypnosis serves as a powerful tool, as I've said, for replacing limiting beliefs with beliefs that are going to empower you. And through guided visualization and positive suggestions, hypnosis can reshape the neural pathways that dictate behavior, leading to a more aligned and successful life. And does it work? You might be wondering, does this work? I can attest it absolutely works. I would not be where I am today if it was not for this powerful tool and reinforcing what I wanted in my life using hypnosis. And it's, like I said earlier, hypnosis is a tool of superachievers. It's not uncommon for those superachievers to incorporate hypnosis into their routines. Successful entrepreneurs, successful athletes, successful leaders, they all understand the immense potential of the subconscious mind and leverage hypnosis to propel themselves forward. So by addressing disintegration anxiety and reprogramming their subconscious minds, they gain that competitive edge and maintain a resilient mindset in the face of challenges. So how do we avoid failure and how do we embrace success? Well, failure is inevitable in any entrepreneurial journey. Look, the best advice I get asked often, especially in networking groups, what's the best entrepreneurial advice that you ever got? And that would be to fail faster. Because as you fail faster, you learn more lessons, you learn lessons quicker, and you get back on the horse and you ride again. You know, if you fall off the bicycle, you're not going to quit learning how to ride the bicycle. You're going to get back on and you're going to learn again. So fail faster. It's inevitable to fail, but how we respond to it makes all the difference. Hypnosis can equip entrepreneurs with that mental tool to navigate challenges with resilience. It's about resilience. It's about determination. It's about tenacity. It's about commitment. And then by addressing that disintegration anxiety, by breaking free from unproductive patterns, and by cultivating a success mindset, failure becomes a stepping stone rather than an obstacle. And there you have it. The key to unlocking success lies within your subconscious mind. You have this within you. And if you're an entrepreneur ready to break free from the chains of poor decision-making, unwanted patterns, and disintegration anxiety and unlock your full potential, well, maybe perhaps it's time to explore the transformative power of hypnosis for yourself. Now, how do you do that? Well, our private wellness practice, Love Energy Wellness, offers a 60-minute complimentary hypnosis consultation to be able to help you understand exactly how reprogramming your subconscious mind can specifically help you and lead to business success and health success as well. So if you want to visit loveenergywellness.com, look for the programs page, or you could do loveenergywellness.com/neurotrust. That's NEUROTRUST. And that is our hypnosis page. And right there, you can schedule your complimentary consultation today. And you can also, over there, you can also get a free hypnosis 2-part audio training for confidence if you want to take it for a test ride and see how that feels for you. And then take the first step towards overcoming disintegration anxiety and paving the way for future of achievement and fulfillment in both your personal life as well as your professional life. So remember, the journey to success, it starts within, and hypnosis can be the key to unlocking your true potential. I thank you for joining us today on this episode of Breaking Boundaries for Entrepreneurs. And until next time, I want you to keep breaking those boundaries. We'll see you next time. Before you go, I have some exciting news to share with you in response to your questions. If you're an integrative health coach feeling overwhelmed and unsure of the next steps for your business, well then I want you to imagine a world where you're easily turning prospects into clients, successful and worry-free. Introducing the Confident Coach Business Mentorship Program, your solution to shape your future success. No more sleepless nights, no more feeling stuck. This essential program fills all the gaps many of you have asked me about, providing you with the proven steps to success. Led by myself, Jeffrey Mort, an expert entrepreneur and level 2 integrative health practitioner, this mentorship will transform your mind and health coaching business. Here's how it works. There'll be recorded learning modules, live group coaching sessions, and workshops form the foundation of the program. Mark your calendars for July 24th to gain access to Module 1. Plus, every week, join live Zoom calls to engage with myself and your fellow health coaches. This comprehensive program covers the 3 pillars of success, which are entrepreneurial identity, unstoppable confidence, and strategic processes. With these skills, you'll attract ideal clients, build confidence, and unlock new opportunities. Plus, it prepares you for your next level as a health coach. Invest in your success today. We made it really easy with investment options, and if you can't find one that works for you, reach out to me. There's many to choose from and some amazing bonuses, but only for a limited time on those bonuses. And are you worried about time? Well, don't be. All live calls are recorded, and you'll have a lifetime access to the program modules, so you can watch them over and over. Plus, we offer a 100% money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied after completing the 8-week program. Without the Confident Coach Business Mentorship, you may just continue feeling overwhelmed on where to start and feeling behind. Don't waste time and money figuring out on your own. Join us today and take charge of your future success. This is a fun but serious program, and it's not for dabblers or those without commitment. I bring over 10 years of experience, have mentored countless coaches to success, and I'm 100% committed to your success. Spots are limited, so act now to secure your spot before the cart closes. Imagine a life with unstoppable confidence and the strategies to help more people. These 8 weeks are going to go by regardless. It would be amazing to have these skills when it does, would it not? Sign up today to secure your seat right in the show notes, my social bio, or direct at jeffreymort.com/confident-coach-mentorship. See you on the inside.